Yep.
All right, Officer Grinstead, welcome to our class. This is Jessica and Sydney, guys. This is Sydney, who I always talk about.
Hey, I recognize her.
Yep, that's your grandpa. So, Grandpa Officer Grinstead, we just wanted to get some comments from you on our topic, which happens to be search and seizure. And since
Awesome.
you are a police officer in the jurisdiction of Reno, Nevada, maybe you can talk. We just showed a video to the rest of the class from an example in Las Vegas, Palm Desert High School. And they also explained a little bit in there what search and seizure kind of is and how it differs from regular. Maybe you could just comment on general search and seizure and or that case.
Sure. Well, that video, they were pointing out a case of a school that decided to go even beyond the normal standard for schools for safety purposes, which completely understand. Anyone that's traveled and gone to an airport, you can see that I think people get a little confused sometimes about what is and is not of their constitutional right. So anyone who thinks that police officers or even just government officials enjoy the freedoms to just randomly take away people's rights, they're totally wrong. The courts are
Excuse us.
yeah. What a cute baby you have there. My grandchild. My baby girl. Anyway, so the Fourth Amendment says that we all have the right to be secure in our persons, houses, papers, effects against and the standard against unreasonable searches and seizures.
Right.
Yeah, and it says it discusses warrants. Will not get a search warrant without probable cause, um, supported by oath or affirmation, and we do that all the time. We have to call judges in the middle of the night to make oaths and all that before they'll grant us warrants, right? And then the Fifth Amendment. The Fifth Amendment is very important too because it talks about due process and really comes into play for students a lot of because even if maybe their Fourth Amendment rights weren't being infringed, perhaps their Fifth Amendment rights were because they were not being granted due process. But that's more of a policy thing, I think. But I will just say that for a student at a school, it does not require the same burden of proof that I need on the street, for example, to conduct a search. All they need at the school is reasonable suspicion. And if anyone wants to look these standards of proof up, basically legal term, then it's all been vetted through the courts for many, many years. It starts off with, basically no evidence or a scintilla. It goes to an air of reality, and then it goes to reasonable suspicion, which is what schools need. That's all they need. And in that video, they outlined it pretty good. They said, hey, if a student leaves the campus, unauthorized, leaves, and then comes back, we're going to look in their bag.
Or comes in late.
Or comes in late. But they don't even have to do that because it is school property, and there's so many court rulings that supported that, unfortunately, or however you view it, but it's legal fact that juveniles do not enjoy the same level of privacy rights.
And we're all going to be teachers in this class, so we're also thinking about ourselves. Our own property and persons are subject to different, levels of searches. So basically, our point, I think, is just to be prepared for whatever comes. But we just wanted to know if you thought that case was them being a little bit overzealous with their searching and seizuring.
Well, personally.
Sorry, guys. This is parenting. This is why I always run out of class at top speed.
Hi, baby girl.
Well, we just wanted an opinion of an officer, and I think, you've given a good one. Have you ever had to search a campus, and is it quite different, other than not having to get a warrant?
No, it's not different, but I will say this, that as far as employees, grown-ups on campus go, if you don't own the place it's called a reasonable expectation of privacy.
Yeah.
If it's a policy that says that your desk and your locker and other property that the school owns, then you really don't have a leg to stand on, legally speaking.
Right.
For a police officer to come in and do it's a different story. We still have the burden of probable cause. So we have a logical belief supported by facts and circumstances that a crime has been, is being, or will be committed. They don't need that. They don't need it in private businesses either, by the way. In fact, in private companies, you have a far less expectation of privacy because it's not the government doing the searching, it's a private entity. And according to the Fourth Amendment, a private entity can't take away your privacy rights, only the government. So
yeah.
It's all kind of like, not like a slippery slope, but if you work somewhere, don't expect, especially like computer privacy, if it's their computer, not your personal one, you do not have an expectation of privacy there. If it's their locker, same thing applies. So that being said, we still try to give these kids every bit of rights that they should have. And believe me, when a standard says reasonable, that's a legal thing. Look at the standard. If you took 10 quote normal people and said, hey, this just occurred, does this seem reasonable to you? That's sort of the way the court looks at this. Does the reasonable person in this circumstance believe that that was justified? In that video, I think that the administrator guy gave a pretty good case where he said, he was a little flippant, I don't care if you're, I'm glad that you're upset. But I think his bigger point was, we're going to err on the side of safety, and we're more than within our rights.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you for your input. What do you think? Pretty good? All right. Thank you for your service, and talk to you later.
All right. Okay, love you. Bye.
Bye.